Hey guys, welcome back to the next episode of Same Page Every Books. I'm Josh.
I'm Tyler.
And today we're going to be talking about love and liking people. Shout out to Jordan for this topic. But first question is, would you rather be loved deeply by one person or liked by everyone?
That's a good question. I think that, if you would have asked me, a couple years ago, I would have said, love deeply by one person. But now, I could be a fun uncle. I wouldn't mind being, friends with everyone and just kind of doing a thing. And, the more people you know, the more connections you have, kind of the better off you are in general in life. So, don't get me wrong, it would be great to have both. And
Oh, yeah.
to be loved deeply by someone and still have friends and acquaintances that you could, form relationships with. But I think overall probably liked by all instead of loved by one.
Yeah, love deeply by one.
You're gonna say that.
Life is so stressful and so hard. Having at least one person that you can just be so transparent, comfortable with, and loves the worst and best parts of you, I'd rather that than liked by everyone. Even though it's not what you know to love the connections aspect part, but people may like you, but they're not gonna be with you at 3 a.m. when you got a crying baby. The person you love will be there. So I'd rather be loved deeply by one person. Next is,
I might not have any babies though.
If you're going the fun uncle route, then yeah, right. I would pick that other thing. Why would I be? Next is, do most people secretly care too much about validation?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely do. I'm definitely a people pleaser, and it's interesting because I think that sometimes the desire for validation or the desire for love from other people is can almost be subconscious to the point where you take a step back or you lower yourself in order to make someone else feel important, and it's not even until afterwards that you realize oh, I didn't really need to do that. Why did I make myself subservient to someone that just because I wanted them to like me? So I definitely think that we're social creatures. We seek social validation almost constantly, and in this day and age of social media where everyone's story is plastered everywhere, there's definitely a desire and a need, I think, for most people to seek out validation instead of being at peace with themselves.
I think everyone is. Some are just better at hiding it.
For sure.
The people that are millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires, or the person that's oh, I don't go on social media. In some form or fashion, you want some validation from other people. And maybe oh, you give to the homeless, but you're not doing it with the right intention. Or, oh, I don't go on social media, but then when you're around people, you're just look what I did. Or talk to me, focus on me. So I think everybody wants it.
Or even if it's not, even if it's kind of the other question where it's do you want to be loved by one or liked by everyone? Even if you only have one person giving you validation, then that might be enough.
That might be enough, yeah.
You need that one person, and if that person wasn't there, then suddenly everything else collapses.
Everyone else
right? Yeah.
What a wonderful world. Next is popularity actually loneliness with better branding sometimes?
It can be. I think especially when you're younger. I think when you're in high school and or even middle school, and everyone's still kind of developing and figuring out who they are. I think there are times where popularity comes with this certain perspective that people have of you, when that's maybe not exactly who you are, or maybe it is in that moment, but that doesn't mean that you don't have the ability to change or become someone new. I think, I'm sure that the celebrities that we keep up with today all have personas that they're putting out there, and they're putting it out because they have PR teams that are crafting these things for them, and so I think to that end, when you're that popular, you have to put on this persona, or you have to uphold uphold the image that like the collective has gathered of you.
I agree. I think it's 100%. I don't think it's just sometimes. I think it's all the time. I think if
Really?
I think
I think there's probably some people who are like genuinely the way they are, and like
I mean
they just are popular because of it, and like
I think there are lesser extremes of it, but I think if you're popular, you are a little lonely because they only like or love the version of you that you're showing. Like when you think about like the kid in middle school or high school, like everybody may know them, but they may not have like super close knit friends that they can rely on and be like themselves around, or like the super popular famous people like the Drakes or like the Beyoncés or like presidents or people like that. Like everybody's a fan of them or hates them because they're popular, but they may only have like one or two people that like genuinely know them or they're close to them, and even then it may not even be really genuine because they may just act like they care about them for what they can give them.
fair.
So I think there's better hiding in some people.
It's fair. I imagine though that there are some exceptions to that rule. Like there's a player in the NHL who, and I don't know how the NHL found this, but they really been like promoting him and his friends. But like he's from Canada, and this group of like 7 or 8 friends will like always travel to come watch him play, and like they're still all boys to this day, despite the fact that like he's a professional athlete and they're all kind of regular Joe Schmoes. So like I think there's definitely exceptions to the rule. Like he clearly didn't get too big of a head, and they clearly like it sounds like they still razz him like he's one of the guys. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter that he's a professional athlete. Like at the end of the day, to them, like he's just a buddy in their friend group. So I agree though that like I would say majority of the cases there is some level of like I have to hide who I actually am, or the people around me are not genuine about their actual interest in me.
Okay, I like that. I mean, there are definitely outliers. Yeah. Next is, would you rather have 2 real friends or 100 casual ones?
2 real ones.
Interesting.
Because kind of like you said with the first question, like it's great to have connections, and it can feel really good to be like surrounded by a lot of people who you know and like, and but at the end of the day, like you said, like life is hard, and sometimes you just like need one person to be able to confide in and like be your real authentic self with, and real friends are hard to come by. Like I think I could count on my fingers the amount of people that I would consider like true friends, like people that I could go to with anything at any moment. So I just think that like the value that you get out of a really close relationship with someone who you very much admire and adore is going to be a lot more than anything you get out of 100 casual relationships.
I think it depends on the stage of life I'm in. Like at this very moment in time, I would much rather prefer 2 real friends than 100 casual friends.
Okay.
Just because life is more difficult than I anticipate the future will be. Granted, the stresses in the future will be on a greater scale, but I'm certain I'll have it figured out by then, or at least better than I do now. But so right now I'd prefer 2 real friends, but like when I'm married and I've got kids and mortgages and hopefully these businesses I want to set up, I think I'd probably prefer, not saying I don't want real friends, because I'd rather have real friends than casual ones, but I think the type of life I want, which is a simple life, I think it'd be easier managing 100 casual friends than 2 real friends. Just because 100 casual, like 2 real friends, like it would suck if like I'm saying, hey, do you want to come to this? Oh, I can't because I'm busy with my wife, or I'm busy with this. I've got 100 casual friends. At least one of them would be like, oh, I can pull it to that. So I think at that point you'd be playing the numbers game.
Fair. I feel like at that point though, like most of those people are probably like your kids' friends' parents. So like,
I mean, I hope I'm friends with them anyway.
Right, but like at that point, like it really is just a casual friendship. Like, you're not getting much out unless you're like.
I would already feel that fulfillment from my wife, my kids, and then like the. Granted, friends they're not going away, but like those still real friends that aren't able to show up as consistently. So I think having casual friends is good. I mean, it's good having friends who are different boxes. There's versatile friends that fit all of the things, like you. There are some friends that just go out. There are some friends that just go to the gym. Some friends where they just vent about their problem, you vent about theirs, that's it. So everybody's got their role, their lane. You stay in your lane. But some can bounce around. We love people that bounce around.
Okay.
And last but not least, are we becoming more connected or more emotionally distant? Not to get heavy.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely hard to answer for everyone. So I'll say that first.
Fair enough, yeah.
For my personal answer, I would say... I guess probably like more emotionally distant.
Interesting.
I think the argument for more connection would be more surface level connection. Like it's really easy to follow someone on Instagram or LinkedIn and like, you know, not get all their information, but get like a general idea of like who they are, you know, like how old they are, where they're currently located, maybe where they're from, what they do for work. Like there's a lot of stuff that you can find out very quickly without actually having to like establish a human connection with someone and ask them those questions. And so like I think there's like a false sense of connection in the sense of like, oh, I know all these things about you, but like, do I actually know you? No, not really. And I think as a whole, people feel that kind of surface level connection and feel like that's enough, and that leads to not really being able to explore and actually build connections with people in real life. So yeah, I would say people have gotten a little bit more distant from each other.
Interesting. I would say, for myself, both. It sounds bad, but I know that, like, what is it? Some quote that, like, you're the average of, like, the 5, like, people you're closest with, or 5 people you spend the most time with, or your friends, or whatever. I've heard it and thought about it, and when I think of it, I'm just like, okay, which friends are good examples that have certain traits of what I'd want to, like, show myself, or who I think are just genuinely good, morally aligned people, or like who's a friend that's versatile, who's a friend just for this. And when I've thought about it, because like I would like to say I have lots of friends, but
You do.
I'd like to think that. But then once I narrow it down to like who's actually like a genuinely good person and who's not just like a good time to be around, I would say that I've definitely gotten emotionally distant from some, and I feel like I've gotten more connected with others because I'll allocate my time differently. Like now, it's sad, but at least the ones in this area, because the ones further away it's harder, but the ones in this area, I would say I have like probably close to 100, maybe more friends, or people I could consider like close. But now I've decided like, we're not that close anymore. Or maybe because you're like this, you're more of an acquaintance, or you're an old like classmate, or you're an old like person that I worked with. But I don't know if I can throw around the term friend or best friend around anymore. And then only a handful of people get that. The ones that are further away, it's different because they're in their own box, because we don't have the easy access to see each other as often. Like, it's just got to be planned phone calls or like planned future trips. So I would say it's a little bit of both for me. What I've seen from other people is that definitely more emotionally distant. I agree with you, where it's more surface level conversations of, oh, because you told me what's going on in your life for like 10, 15 minutes, a couple of days in a row. I know you, but you don't really know them. But I think I understand why people do that. It's easier. It's safer in a sense, so you don't get your feelings hurt or have the potential of getting your feelings hurt. But I don't think that's the best way to go, because what's the point of having like some small, fragile friendship when you could have something like real and deep and true? Granted, like not everything can be that, because then it's worthless, but ideally you'd rather have some close-knit friendship. So people should try to be liked and loved by all people that they possibly want, and do your best.
There you have people.
That's my
Go find some people to love.
And we'll see you next time.
Peace.